Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for having me. It's been a great 3 days. Chris and the New Balance team, Jeff, Ian, made me feel very welcome. Tara and the Clarks team, thank you very much. And for me, this is exciting to be on the Brand Innovators stage. It's like 10 years of me doing this, and this is where I go into my quick background. I was a brand guy, like many of you. I ran Verizon advertising for 5 years at headquarters, and I ran Reckitt Benckiser advertising for 5 years on the media investment strategy, innovation, et cetera, et cetera. So I've been on these stages doing panels and doing brand-led keynotes. Then I worked with Brand Innovators for a couple years. I did that side. And now the third stool, or the third leg of the bar stool, I'm a sponsor and getting to share a new opportunity with you all. So Scuti, we are a rewards marketplace that launches out of video games. And rather than me tell you, I'm going to show you. But I'm first going to do a quick, in about 4 minutes, 14 billion years of history of innovation and the development of humankind, and then how we get to Scuti. So you're like, what the hell are we talking about? So let's go and you'll see.
You may stumble, trip up, fall on your face. Don't hold back. We think it's time you get up. Crunch time, like to sit up. Come on, keep pace. Don't hold back. Put apprehension on the back burner, let it sit. Don't even get it lit. Don't hold back. Get involved with the jam, don't be a prick. Hot chick, be a pig. Don't hold back. World, you're holding back. The time has come to. Don't hold back. World, the time has come to. Don't hold back. World, the time has come to.
Push the button.
My finger is on the button.
Push the button.
My finger is on the button.
Push the button.
My finger is on the button.
Push the button.
My finger is on the button.
Pretty cool, right? Thank you. So for a 20-year media guy to move to marketing about 4 years ago and put that together, you actually can change your career. So this has been bursting out of me for years. So it's cool to get away from numbers and start putting some videos together. All right, so what is all that? We'll get into that in the next couple of minutes, but let's talk about the marketplace first. Anyone who follows our trades will see Ad Age just a couple of weeks ago called Gaming the next huge advertising channel. And then we also have Xbox is finally going to start doing in-game advertising. I show this because Scuti wasn't created overnight. We've actually been building the technology for the last 3 years, from video game titans that launched Halo, Fortnite, general manager at Zynga, and my CEO created in-game video advertising 20 years ago. So 2 years ago, GamesBeat, who kind of has their pulse on the video game ecosystem, said Scuti is fixing monetization for game publishers. And it was just so cool for us when we came out of dark mode and into soft launch over the last 6 months to get these headlines and then show ours is 2 years older. So we've actually been thinking about this and building it for a long time. A little bit more about the industry now. So I've seen this chart before as a media guy. Back in 2000, when the internet was this new thing, this chart back in the day was traditional advertising, a lot of money, time was diminishing. That chart was digital advertising, or digital, I should say, media. There was no money and a lot of time being spent there. So what did I do in my career? I said, I need to leave a traditional agency, get into this internet thing, and follow the trend. Fast forward 10 years, I'm running advertising for Reckitt Benckiser, and I saw a chart just like these first two. All of a sudden, viewers were starting to watch online video, and all the money was still in television, so there's a huge white space and an opportunity. So I moved a lot of money from TV to online video. We made a bunch of news in the industry, helped my career a lot, but we followed the trend. And now, fast forward another 10 years, and here we go. Massive money being spent in television and streaming, happy to see that still, but so much time in video gaming and not a whole lot of advertising. So I'm going to go 3 for 3 on this one, but instead of being at the brand and moving the money, I decided to partner with some guys a lot smarter than me and create the company and the technology to actually take advantage of this. So that's what Scuti is going to do. It's making video game advertising focused on ROI, much more available to brands and at scale. And that's what we'll get into in a couple of seconds. Talking about the industry, so the game industry is big. E-commerce is a lot bigger. And Scuti, we combine both. So quick show of hands, who here shops online? All right, cool. Keep your hands up, please. Who here considers himself a gamer and a casual gamer? Okay, I knew that would happen. Who here buys actual in-game currency and buys skins and spends money? Right, okay, exactly. All right, so we went with a lot of hands for shopping, we went with less hands for video gamers, and we went with very few hands for actually who purchases in games. Scuti was created from my board, basically, again, these gentlemen who created these mega companies, doing consulting, and publishers are like bleeding money because they're creating these games, which cost a lot of money to build, a lot of money to market, but they're not monetizing them because no one had their hand up for who's actually buying currency. So what Scuti does is it rewards players across all games for interacting with brands, for buying brand products, for signing up for brand trials, apps, promotions, and we reward the player with Scutis, our reward system, which is going to be tied to the blockchain eventually, and then they can convert that for digital goods or physical goods. So now we're subsidizing their gaming experience, and brands actually are building equity. So not only did I sell something, but I just thanked my player. I rewarded them, and now they can go. We're lowering the barrier to entry to actually spend money in video games, in virtual worlds, and we're building equity and affinity with users from the brand, where typically brand experiences in video games have been a bit disruptive. I touched on this a bit, but the gaming market, again, so let's think Candy Crush and let's think Call of Duty. Those are both games. We're going after all of that. 75% of the US plays games. We under-indexed a little bit here, but it was close. A lot of brands, they want Gen Z and millennials. We wildly over-indexed for that as an industry, 80%. And then I mentioned, with your Candy Crushes versus your Call of Duties, 60% of smartphone games, mobile games, are played by women. So games are now synonymous with the US population and representative of, a holistic marketing opportunity. This is third-party research, not ours. When we did this number was actually 90%, but 51% of players would buy products from their games. There really hasn't been much opportunity to do that. Again, another white space, another reason we created a solution. So we'll do a little quick metaphor here. So if you think of how Scuti operates, we monetize the game lobby. It's very similar to a movie theater experience. So as a movie viewer, we're saying a movie is like a non-interactive game. I come in through the lobby, and then I get what I want, but then I do not want to get interrupted during that movie. I want to have my hour and a half, 2 hours, chill out, watch it. That's my enjoyment. Don't pop up ads. Don't sell me stuff. Let me enjoy my movie, just like let me enjoy my game. Like I said, they have lobbies, though, and in the lobby, that's where you buy all of your drinks and your candy and all that stuff. And the brands are there that make sense to make that experience better. And that's exactly what we're using with Scuti, for brands to make a gaming experience better, regardless of the type of game. And then everybody's happy once they enter the movie and they have all their popcorn and all their good stuff. Just like a user is happy when they leave the Scuti marketplace from the game lobby and have a lot of Scutis to convert into digital currency or digital goods. All right, I'm going to go through this really quickly, but doing this with us is super easy. If you have a backend and we're doing e-commerce, we just plug into it. It pulls into our dashboard, and then we distribute you to games, virtual networks, custom metaverses, but it's all connected and rewarded with Scutis, so they can use those Scutis in any of those digital experiences, or they can use them to buy more physical products. We're drop ship, everything comes from the brand, all the reporting that any brand or agency would need, and we serve this to millions of people worldwide. So this is what the marketplace looks like. I'm going to talk you through it. You saw it really quick. Out of the lobby, we launch, and then you have a marketplace. Chris, I'm so sorry about that brand, but you'll see I make up for it in a minute. It scrolls and scrolls through 32 different categories. This is today's deals. So once a user clicks in, we know exactly how many Scutis they're going to get for their purchase. Every brand that we promote, we actually cross-promote the same product. We do not, like Amazon, recommend products that you might like that are other brands. We try to upsell and cross-sell and not take you out of that brand experience. And then this is very important. They know exactly what they're getting digital currency-wise. They make the purchase. It goes into their wallet. They can take it to any game with them. They can buy anything in the marketplace just like you would from Amazon. And I mentioned with our rewards, you can buy physical products, in-game credits, NFTs is going to be a big one. It's why I'm running the NFT and crypto panel in a little bit. We're working with different charities and then peer-to-peer and legalized gambling. So you can use these for anything. Players who just are doing anything online with working with e-commerce or virtual goods, we are an alternate currency by just rewarding them for things they're going to do anyway. And this is what our stores would look like. Launching out of a game, this is actually currently live. Coming out of Rockout, we would go into a specific brand store. But we don't just have to sell products. We can do direct sales, app downloads, lead gen, in-store coupons, newsletter signups. So it's leads and it's actual e-commerce sales. Once they click onto a page, we're logged in with you. We can pull all of your products in, just like any other marketplace. So you're actually not at the mercy of our creative team. It's all of your assets. It's all of your copy, and then it's drop ship. So it comes right from you. Standard media opportunities. You love the e-commerce. You love the leads. You want more traffic. We have media across 32 categories of products. And then we start going down the rabbit hole. This is the fun stuff. So being here about 6 months now, I've had to refine this new product, this new platform, this new innovation in gaming, because we do so much, but every brand wants to sell, move product, get more distribution, get more leads. So that's where we start. We make it really easy. But then we want to be your Web 2.0 to Web 3.0 partner. So we can then start to get to integration into actual games. In this case, they're playing the game, they're interested in Manscaped. They click on that or they hover over it. It doesn't interrupt the game. When the game ends, the store pops up. So we knew there was an interest, and the store comes up later on, and then that's when they actually get the shopping experience. This is going to get loud for a second. Here's an integrated experience. as they're actually making kills and winning the game, Monster is rewarding points for everything they do. So we can actually have a level of integration where you're not just earning rewards by buying and engaging with brands, but brands can sponsor rewards in games, so it's a brought to you by. And again, just another layer of integration. After this game would end, the Monster store would pop up, and they can actually then do transactions through the Scuti marketplace and redeem all the credits that they just earned by playing their favorite game. We just rewarded you with money that you can spend virtually or physically. Very different than current advertising in games today. Then we get into Metaverses. So we've partnered with a company called Atom Interactive. They were the guys that created PlayStation Home. So, very high quality, beautiful graphics, a lot of what was in that actual video. So with this New Balance, it could be an ad, it could be a store, it could be someone wearing the shoe. Any of those calls to action can then actually result in someone living in the virtual world and buying that product in the real world. And I also want to show, we're talking a lot about specific brands and products, but we're working with movie studios, music, entertainment, theater, TV, where a lot of movies that come out, think of Star Wars and all that merch. We actually, we're talking with a couple big video game companies and movie studios about launching their merch stores out of their metaverse or their video game experiences. And they want us to run that because they want Scuti connected to all these other brands, all these other games, so people can spend their Scutis potentially on merch for that entertainment vehicle. And then NFTs, we'll talk a lot about this more later. Scuti's stance on NFTs, hey, it's cool when someone can build one and sell it for $20 million and get some headlines. I'm all for PR, but we believe in utility. So in this example, this New Balance shoe bought by an NFT could actually go into my virtual world. My avatar can utilize it. That shoe makes me run faster. It makes me jump higher. I'm getting utility from the brand. Then if I want to resell it, all that information is tracked on the blockchain, and I can sell that shoe for a premium because I powered it up from my gaming experience. So thank you, New Balance, for the experience. Thank you for letting me have a better game experience. And thank you for letting me make a few more bucks because I sold it to my friend and it was more powerful than when I first got it. Then when we can go really deep, we can actually build brand metaverses for you. So I'm just going to leave it at that because we can have a whole separate conversation on that. But we like to say we're cradle to grave getting you into Web 3.0. Connect everything that's out there now. Start with e-commerce, get into integrations, get into virtual worlds, and then maybe even help you build your metaverse. So where are we? We're in soft launch. Like I said, the tech's been being built for 3 years. I've been here for about 7 months, starting to go from black ops to soft launch. And I'm really excited for the summertime when a lot of these big game companies that we're working with are going to have us locked and loaded. And then the trajectory, we just literally hockey stick. I'm going to go back really quick. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened to my graph on the end. We're going to be at 40 million users by the end of this year, 150 in 2 years, but we're already far exceeding the 150 goal for the end of this year. So, that's over half the U.S., and we are just kind of smashing our own internal records, so the scale's going to be there en masse. And data. We didn't hear too much about it this week. We were really focused on authenticity with sports, but authenticity with gamers is super important as well. And then collecting the data from them to have authentic communication, also super important. When someone signs up with Scuti, they create a profile. We gamify what they want. So we'll show them all our categories, whatever they click on, we reward them for. So we're rewarding them for that information. It's cookieless first-party or zero-party data. And we share that with the brand, for marketing, for research, for packaging up and partnering with another brand potentially. So there's a lot we can do. And then very standard reporting, and I won't get into that because this was all really exciting, and even though I'm a media nerd and love the reporting bit, I'm not going to bore you with that part. So that's who we are. I know that it's a lot. I hope I was able to streamline it for you and wake you up with that video. And I guess kind of my final note is, after 3 days, I've had an amazing time here and had great conversations with so many brands and potential, who would be competitors, but we actually can partner with so many companies. So I've had an amazing experience. Anyone who reaches out to me, I'll say just like through the summer, and we reference this event, we'll work on like setups for free and just get you guys started with as much friction out of the system as possible, because I want to work with people who've leaned in us today, this past couple of days, and you guys have been wonderful. So thank you so much.